Hey, what's up there? It's Junior from San Jacinto Knives again. I want to show you latest addition to my shop, which is this right here. It's called a Rotary Platen, and it's from folks at Beaumont Metal Works. They're the guys that make the KMG grinders. I've had my eye on one of these for a few years now, but the grinder that I had before, you couldn't get one that would fit it. So now that I have a new grinder, which you guys have seen my video on the TW90, they actually do make a rotary platen that comes with an arm with an inch and a quarter arm that will fit on the TW90 grinder. So the main reason I got this thing was because I really want to, I've heard a lot of good things about it in terms of handle finishing and edge setting. My main two objectives with this is to make my handle finishing a lot cleaner, a lot easier really, and a lot more consistent, especially with the pin stock that I use. It's difficult to get some of the contouring with just a regular slack belt, so hopefully this will help with that. And then also, I do on a lot of my knives, I do convex edges, and I've heard a lot of good things about the rotary platen with this flexible belt here being able to help with your consistency on your convex edges. So this is actually not going to be a review video. This is just going to be a video to kind of show you a little bit of what comes with it and some of the features, because I haven't really seen a lot of videos specifically about the rotary platen. So I'm going to just show you a little bit about what it how it works and what it comes with, and how it kind of comes out of the box. I guess kind of an unboxing, but without the box. And then in later videos we'll do some stuff. Once I've got 3 knives that I'm working on right now that are going to be kind of my experiments in terms of the handle shaping and learning how the machine works. So I'll try to shoot some stuff on that coming up. But for now, this is just going to be showing you a little bit about it and what it looks like. So, all right. Okay, so this is what it looks like basically when you get it. It's 2 boxes. There's one box that comes with the arm. It comes disassembled, and then it comes with the actual Platen Assembly. This all comes together as it is. The only thing that you have to do is basically feed this pin, this rotating dowel that's attached. You have to insert it through the hole in this arm, and then you put in this lock nut here. You make your adjustments to the platen by moving it around, by adjusting this, loosening this, and then turning it. The only issue that I had was there was some metal burring inside that hole there, so I couldn't initially get it in there. I had to take a round file and kind of clean that up a little bit, and then using a rubber mallet sort of hammering it on there, because it is a pretty tight fit. But once you get it on there, it's really it's not difficult at all to make your adjustments. But as you can see, this is the 1.25 inch bar that's for the TW90. I think the KMG uses an 1.5 inch, so you can see the way they've machined it out here to fit. I will say right out of the box, very clean. It's all put together. They already have the belt adjusted. I've played with it a little bit, and it seems pretty good. Again, I haven't really used it on anything yet, so I'm not sure if I'm going to have to make any adjustments. It appears to be the way that you make the adjustments is you loosen this nut, this bolt right here, and then there's a screw here. Turn it around. That you back this out, you tighten it up, and that adjust your tension on the belt itself if you need to adjust the belt. So let me show you how it goes on the machine real quick. Just right in there, no problems. The only thing that would be nice, I don't really know if it would be useful at all, but you can't use any of the work rests with it. You would have to kind of build some kind of a secondary, but I think this is because it's more of a finishing tool. You're mainly going to be using it freehand most of the time anyway, so I don't know that that's really even much of an issue. It's really smooth. I like the fact that the bearings have a little bit of resistance. It's not completely free spinning. It does have a good amount of resistance in there, but it's very smooth right out of the box. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I want to see how it tracks right out of the box to see if it's any kind of adjustments. So I've just got a 400 grit J-Flex, and then I've got a a 3M Cubitron 120. This is an X weight, so it's two different weights of belts, and I'm just going to see. I'm going to go with the 120 first and see how it tracks. I'm going to run it at about 50%. That's pretty fast for this. I think they say most of the time running it at about 30. So I'm going to run it at 30 just to be safe. 30%. And it's tracked perfectly. I mean, I didn't set that up. It's perfect. Love it. So what I just did was I just adjusted my tracking a little bit back and forth to see how it moved. On your normal TW90 wheels and Platens, it works great back and forth. This was just as smooth as that, nice and solid. Let me grab something real quick and see. I don't know what this is, just a piece of aluminum. I'm going to see if it moves any when you track with it. No movement at all. I mean, the tracking was just spot on. That was awesome. All right, so now let me switch to the 400 grit J Flex and see if it tracks just as easily. Spot on. Try a little bit. See, that's what I like right here. This is where I think it's going to come in the best for me is whenever you're doing, that's cool. Whenever you're doing convex edges on a regular slack belt, what normally happens is you've got a little bit of an arch to your belt, so it's difficult to get an even grind across your edge without getting high and low spots or grinding out. So what ends up happening when you got your edge on here, you have to kind of push in a little harder than what you want to push just to flatten out that belt so that you don't get washouts. Well, with this right here, and then also the other thing is the belt will tend, when you're using the slack belt, the belt will tend to want to walk back and forth, and you kind of have to chase it. So with this slack belt right here, and this is the large part, I'm pushing in on this, and it's not moving at all. And I can tell that my belt is flat all the way across, so I'm going to be able to get a lot better. I can just tell I'm going to be able to get a lot even. Let me start over. I'm going to be able to get my edge setting a lot more even with this flat belt, so I like it so far. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how this adjusts. Let me find my, basically what you need is a 9/16 wrench. There's an adjustment bolt on this back side. You loosen that up a little bit, and then you just turn this to wherever you want it. And then you tighten that nut back up. And it's locked in before, so that changes it there. Loosen that bolt again. Go to the next setting. And I like that you can, you know, if you want to grind up here, if you're more comfortable looking down, you can turn that portion right there. Or if you want it more in front of you, so you can get up on it like that, you can adjust it any direction you want. It's pretty good stuff right there. So it's really simple to adjust all this. And you've essentially got 1, 2, 3, 4 different slack belts. I'm not sure how much of a difference there is between there. I'd say maybe 3/4 of an inch between this and this portion here. So it's just a little less tension here than there is back here for the most part, but they're pretty similar. Okay, so that's basically kind of what it looks like out of the box and what you can do with it. Stay tuned. Here in the next week or so, I'll have some more videos up of actually using this for the first time and give you some of my opinions on it. So have a good one, guys. Happy holidays.